Hey, what's up everyone? Silver Slayer, welcome back for today's video. Today we're going to be talking about long-term versus short-term stacking. We're going to go over some of the pros and cons and the different ideas behind each type of stacking. And I like making videos about this because it will help you identify which type of stacker you are, which will depend on what type of coins you buy, where you buy your coins from, and many other things. A lot of people don't really think about this yet. They just buy the coins, they see them on AppMex, and they want to get into precious metals, but they don't really think about why they're buying the coins or how they're going to sell them. So I like making videos like this to kind of allow you to really take a look at your own stacking preferences and goals and mind state behind it to kind of see which direction you're going, because it will depend on several different factors, and it should, after watching this video, seeing where you're at, depend on which direction you're going to keep going from, or maybe you'll make some adjustments, because it is a learning process. Your stack will diversify and take different directions throughout your journey, but I just want to make this video to really help you kind of identify with that. So definitely when you're looking at long-term versus short-term stacking, it will depend on which type of coins you purchase. Long-term stacking is more for the bullion, short-term stacking is more premiums, and it will depend on also where you buy your coins from. If you're buying from places like AppMex, then you might be looking for more specific coins with low mintage numbers, or maybe even eBay or somewhere like that. But if you're looking for short term, or even just bullion, you might be buying from your local coin shop, or wherever the above. So it really will depend on where you buy your coins from. AppMex might have a bigger selection for pandas, but my local coin shop might have a better price for junk silver or eagles. If you see where I'm going with that point, it will always depend on where you buy from. You don't want to buy all your silver from one place, especially poured silver. AppMex would probably not be the best place for poured silver. There's probably other places like Jaeger's poured silver, or etc. So that would definitely depend on where you buy your silver from. Short term is more for premiums, numismatic value coins, slabbed coins, and they usually can resell on eBay or even at auctions, and it goes for rarity and lower mintage. So if you're a short term stacker, you're buying not for the spot price, you're buying these coins for the premium on top, the numismatic value. Usually they're lower mintage numbers, usually slab graded coins like that you're not buying it for the metal value of silver. You're buying it for the actual the coin's value. There's a difference between the metal value and the coin's value. The metal value is just the 1 ounce of silver that's in that coin. The coin's value is how rare is it, what's the mintage supply of that coin. Is it a coin that a lot of people stack? What's the grade? Is it a MS70? Is it does it have some type of history behind it? Is there a numismatic value? Is it a privy? There's so many different factors. So that's definitely something to look at. Also, it is security against spot price. If you have a coin, if you're a short-term stacker and you're buying these premiums, you do have some security against spot price. If spot price does drop, the coin usually can hold a little bit of more of a value than, let's say, an eagle or a generic round would. If a generic round drops with a generic round is basically pegged to spot price. So if spot price goes down, the value of that coin goes down with it. Some of these more numismatic coins, not high premium, but actually the numismatic coins, they have security against spot price, which can be beneficial in a lot of cases. Short-term stackers, usually they're not purchasing coins for their metal value, more specific coin value, and that's something to definitely think about, but that is more risky. More in it for the money aspect, not the wealth preservation. When we talk about the intrinsic value of silver, we're talking about preserving our wealth into something that always holds its value no matter who says what that coin's worth, whatever spot price is worth. Wealth preservation is putting our money into something that actually holds value because we see the hyperinflation of the dollar, which is collapsing, being impregnated, and we see the debt that we're in. So, and we see the way that we're losing the purchasing power of our fiat currency. So we're putting our money into something that preserves its wealth. Short-term stacking isn't really that mind state. That's more long-term stacking. That's why you see long-term stackers buy silver for silver, not for the premiums. They're not paying the $7 premiums on these kookaburras. They're just buying the silver because silver is what is valuable. Long-term stacking, it is more for bullion, less about premiums. People buy it for the metal content. Usually follow spot price. They buy for wealth preservation, the intrinsic value of the metal. It is a lot safer. You don't have to pay for the capsules. You don't have to worry about the coins getting milk spotted or getting losing any type of grade, whether you purchase a coin that's MS70 and then it gets a milk spot or it starts toning or something, or something happens, and then that coin that you just paid for that 30 to whatever X amount of dollar premium to buy that MS70 coin, but now it's only worth the amount of the spot price is because the coin cannot be graded or cannot be sold as an MS70 because it's not that condition anymore because it got milk spotted. So you have to pay for the slabs, you have to pay for the tarnish strips, all that stuff, which is a whole other subject we can talk about, which is protecting your silver in coin capsules. You have to make sure you buy the right size. They can be pretty pricey, especially if you're slabbing hundreds of coins or putting hundreds of coins in capsules, having to pay for each capsule. So there's a lot that goes into it. If you are looking at a short-term stacker, it's much easier to just buy your generic silver or buy your eagles, throw them in a tube. You can touch them with your bare hands. You don't have to wear gloves. You don't have to worry about all the grease or whatever the case is. It is much safer. It's much more convenient. So you can see how each direction, it has its pros and cons. So you definitely want to figure out which way you're going because that is definitely going to play a huge role in where you buy your silver from. I cannot stress that enough. I would never buy all of my silver from the same place. Different sites have different deals or different categories for each type. Amex is a lot more diverse, so you can buy all those types of silver from them, but it would probably be smarter to buy your junk silver from somewhere, let's say your local coin shop. Atmex would probably be better for pandas and kookaburras, and a place like Jaeger's poured silver would be better for poured silver. They specify in poured silver. You can just see the different direction. And someone who's new into stacking might not understand this, and you could there is a lot of deals out there, a lot of places. Modern Coin Mart, over the holidays, their Black Friday sales are incredible on their eBay page. I made a video talking about that. And there's different things like eBay bucks that a lot of people do now, or even people are eBay sellers or even traders. I wouldn't recommend trading because there's a lot of potential risk in that, and a lot of gray area that I've had to unfortunately make videos about in the past. People getting scammed within the silver community on YouTube. But you just have to really think about your stack. Think about how long until you're going to sell. I had a comment a couple days ago, someone asking me about they wanted to get into high premium silver, and they were just saying which direction should I go, and I said, well, it really depends on your buying time frame, your selling time frame, what your financial situation is, where you're going to sell at, what area you live in, because if you have a lot of local coin shops around you, that definitely can play a huge role into it. Are you going to sell on eBay? Do you have an eBay page already so you can start building reputation so when you go to sell, people won't just assume you have fake silver? There's so many different factors that go into it where I could not answer that. So it's an individual thing that you have to figure out yourself, because all of those factors are going to depend on what the best situation is for you, because what works for me might not work for the next person. That's why my videos are more in a overgeneralistic type of mind state where I'm not talking about my stack. I'm trying to get you guys to reflect on yourselves. I'm not telling you how to stack. I'm telling you the pros and the cons for different types of ways to stack so you can see where you're going and you can make the right choices for yourself. And that is the that is the whole goal behind my videos, is to allow you guys to have the insight on your own stack, not me trying to tell you what works for me so you can try to follow my path. That's not how this goes. There's too many factors that go into play for anyone to try to make that type of decision for someone else. You know, you have to. This is definitely something you guys have to reflect on yourself. So, anyways, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, subscribe for more content like this. This was Silver Slayer, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.